Class of 2023, you guys are about a week and a half away from officially becoming rising seniors. So you're almost ready for your senior year. I'm sure you have a great mixture of excitement, of nervousness, of apprehension, of feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So hopefully I can be here and kind of walk you through what to look forward to for your senior year as far as applying for colleges and things like that. The first thing we're going to take a look at is the application process. Now, if you want to apply to colleges, there's two ways to do that. The first way is going to be through the Common App, www.commonapp.org. And what that is it's basically exactly what it sounds like. A bunch of different schools have gotten together and said, this is what we want the application to be like. We need you to fill it out. You can fill it out online. When I was in school, you had to fill it out in paper and send it in through the mail. Now it's just done online. So lots of schools are on here, IU, Purdue, lots of the state schools. Most of the state schools are on here. If you go to Common App and your school is on there, you'll just fill out an application that they've all said they wanted. There may be some other schools will want essays, a certain essay, but a lot of the stuff, the bones of it, if you will, is the same. And once you do that, it will come to your counselor and we'll send the transcript. We'll send that at the moment we get it. We'll send it at the midterm, and then we'll send it at the end of the school year. So that will all be taken care of for you. You don't have to worry about any of that. If your school's not on Common App, or you fill out an application through the school's website, so like through the college's website, then you'll have to do a couple of other things on your own. And what you'll have to do for that, to request transcripts, or any time that you request a transcript, you'll go www.parchment.com, and that's how that will get sent to you, or that will get sent to your counselor, and then we'll send that on. So that's parchment.com. That's if it's not on the Common App. Now, some of the questions also are, when can we do this? Like, when can we start applying? And the applications, like for instance for IU, they open up August 1st. So August 1st, I would recommend. August, September is when you start working on college applications. Now, you can do it over the summer by looking at it, seeing what the applications are, what you have to fill out, what the questions they're asking for, maybe start your own essay or trying to figure those out. But you can't start filling out the applications until August 1st, because if you did, it would be for next school year. So your senior year in high school is when you would be applying to start college, which is obviously not what you want. I would also recommend that you apply for your colleges by November 1st. That's the date that they set for the most amount of financial aid. Is when you get the most amount of financial aid is if you apply by November 1st. Now, obviously, that's not the end-all, be-all date. If you apply after November 1st, it's totally fine. Check for when the deadlines are for your colleges that you have to apply by. But a lot of them now have kind of rolling admissions, which means you can apply whenever. I would get it out of the way by November 1st. You can get the most amount of financial aid. Also, it just kind of gets that off of your plate. So it's not sitting there and you're not thinking about it the whole time. The other thing we want to talk about is financial aid. And the financial aid and how much money you're going to get for college, that's going to be obviously a huge thing. We know college is very expensive and you want to cut as many of those costs as you can. So the first thing you're going to do is fill out the FAFSA form. And that opens up October 1st is when that opens up. So you can't fill it out until October 1st. There have been some people who have said, well, my parents already filled that out. They filled it out in September. It's not going to work. They're going to say that you filled it out for the wrong year. So you can't get ahead of the game, anything like that, until October 1st. If college is even a thought for you, if you're like, well, I don't think I want to go, but there's a chance I might, fill this out. This is how much money you'll get from the schools. This is what activates the scholarships. I always tell kids, even for athletic scholarships, to fill this out, just because you never know what's going to happen. The colleges recommend you do that as well. I've talked to a few of them, and they've said, yes, still fill that out, even if your coach tells you don't have to or anything like that. Just go ahead and fill that out. So it's very important to do that. And the deadline for that is April 15th. So April 15th is kind of the cutoff date when you have to have it filled out by. And even if you think, well, we make too much money or anything like that, fill it out anyways, because you never know what's going to happen, and you'll have that on file, and you may get some kind of money, and anything is better than none. A couple dates to remember for that right here. September 16th and October 3rd. So September 16th is Early Awareness Financial Aid. That's when we have some people from InvestEd go over like what to look forward to, what to look ahead to, how to get scholarships, how to get financial aid, FAFSA, all that stuff. They'll answer questions. And then on October 3rd here at the high school as well, we have a FAFSA completion day, which will basically be financial aid. FAFSA experts will come in and help you fill that out, walk through that, get you taken care of for that and get it out of the way. This one will be an open house style, so it's from 5 to 8, and it will basically be come in at any point in time that you can, get it filled out, get any questions answered, get the help that you need for that. So it's a great day. I highly recommend, a great night. I highly recommend you come in and get that filled out during that time because it gets it out of the way for you. The goal on this day for us is to have InvestEd, the people who come and talk about that, come in that morning and have your students fill out kind of the initial forms that they can, so you can go ahead and get the rest of it filled out pretty easily that night. We have had students come in and fill that out as well. They just need their parents' tax information, so obviously sometimes parents aren't comfortable with sharing that, and we understand that as well. Also, fill out, like I said, fill the FAFSA out even if college is a thought. There's something called the net cost calculator, and I have the link to that in the email in the guidance news and notes. And basically what that is you can get on and just figure out how much each college is going to actually cost you. So if you want to go to Indiana University or IUPUI, those are the two choices. You can get on there and see how much it's going to cost, how much you're going to be expected to pay out of pocket, and figure out how you're going to cover that and compare and say, well, I kind of like this school, but it's a little bit more expensive, so I think we're going to try this school instead. This is a great, great tool. I highly recommend using it. I've gotten on there and messed around with it a little bit, and it's very accurate. The schools put them out, so they are from the schools. If you don't use the link, you can also just Google net cost calculator for like any college that you are choosing, and most of them will have something available for you. And then the last thing is scholarships. You are able to start filling out scholarships or start looking for scholarships now. So I would highly recommend doing that over the summer. We've got the links to a scholarship search engine from InvestEd as well that's in the email, and just getting on there, kind of seeing what scholarships are available, filling those out. The Johnson County Community Foundation scholarships, those are available starting in January. They are very good as well. They are community-based scholarships. The ones on the link are probably more nationally focused, but I would recommend filling out as many of those as possible. I've heard stories of scholarships that have gone unfulfilled because people haven't applied for them, or there's 2 applicants and 2 scholarships, so everyone gets them. I would fill out as many as you possibly can. Do that over the summer. Take a look at the ones that you can fill out. If there's a date when it opens and it's not yet, just figure out what you need to do for that scholarship to fill it out. Another thing I would recommend is just kind of taking your visits to different colleges, seeing what they're like, seeing if you can shadow someone, and how that works out for you, because you want to make the best decision possible for you. This is a very good, big choice for you, not for your friends, not for anyone else. It's a big decision for you, so take the visits, talk about it with your family, and kind of figure out what the best choice is for you. Also in the email, there's a link to InvestEd. They also have a scholarship. It's $1,000. It's just a drawing, and they just draw names. Now, a lot of people apply for it because it's a 45-second fill-in, and you don't necessarily have the greatest odds of winning, but it's easy and it's better than nothing. So I would do that as well. I sit down with all my seniors who I meet with at the beginning of the year, and make them fill it out as well. So I'll meet with all of you also at the start of next school year, start of your senior year, and we'll kind of go over what you need to do, what are your plans for the future, how can I help you, and because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you out, guide you in any way possible. One last thing to look out for with the scholarships that you see, make sure you check the deadlines, when the scholarships are due by, because it's very important that you get those in. There is no wiggle room. When it's a deadline, it's set. That deadline is set for a reason. You can't be like, well, can I turn it in tomorrow? I'm almost done with it. No, that it's not a school thing, it's their scholarships, so they have those deadlines set. So for instance, the Lilly Scholarship, that's open over the summer. That's going to be open in June, and it will be closed close to the beginning of the school year. So you don't have a whole lot of time to get that taken care of. So you need to make sure you do that when it is due. I know this is an exciting time for you, and I hope to be able to help you out in any way possible. If you've got any questions or need anything from me, just let me know, reach out, and like I said, I'll meet with all of you at the beginning of the school year as well, and we'll go over what your plans are and how we can help. Looking forward to a great senior year, and have a great summer.